before we get into talking about CPAC, I did want to talk about probably the biggest news story that we didn't get a chance to cover last week, which was the Trump-Zelensky Oval Office press conference and buck-breaking humiliation ritual. I mean, I know you guys saw that. So, I mean, what did you make of this spectacle?
I mean, that was one of the most brutal drawing downs I've seen yet. But I love that Trump was just talking like a casino guy. You know, he's like, you don't got the cards, okay? You don't have a full house, okay?
You're really hoping to draw an ace on the river, but it's not gonna happen.
And Zelensky's like, I'm not playing cards, okay? This is fucking real.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the highlights. Apparently, like it was like I don't even know why I'm saying this. This is just like third hand. I'm describing a post describing another post of a guy who allegedly watched all of it. But apparently it was going like fine, but a little tense. And then there was like a flare up over like Zell Disney asking JD Vance if he's ever been to war. And JD Vance was like, I've read about it.
Wasn't he in the Marines though?
You can. There are a lot of fucking pussy.
He was
Marines.
he was like a PR guy for the Marines.
Yeah,
right?
I see Marines all the time on Twitter who've only ever worked for think tanks. I think you can be. I think it's like the the Rotary Club. Like there are a lot of levels of participation. It's not like the old days where they definitely killed someone and they have a high interest car and they take 700 Percocets a day. You could be a Marine and be a real pussy now.
I think like among two TV personalities, because obviously Zelensky used to be an actor, like he was just coming and he was doing the NATO script. He was like, well, you don't feel the heat right now, but you will eventually somehow in the United States, like feel the long arm of Russia. And Trump was like, don't fucking tell me what I feel and what I am like. And that really pissed him off. So he turned it into like a punked. But I want to say Zelensky should have learned from the Kurds, like do not ally with the United States.
Yeah.
Cannot be trusted.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think that is the lesson to be taken away from this, because like, when you have like what seems like unlimited US backing, you can take a very hard line and, you can like reject neutrality and want to join NATO. But like the wick on that's going to run out and then you're going to be completely left in the cold. And like, honestly, like I have to feel bad for Zelensky because like he has to go home now to a country where like half of the people in his government and military like absolutely will kill him if he tries to like end this war or negotiate a ceasefire.
Yeah, this was all like, I mean, exactly the course of like the last couple months here was very predictable back in 2022 for anyone who's paid attention to any, U.S. ally that doesn't have favored customer status or, a really annoying lobby. Actually, Ukraine has an annoying lobby, but not as annoying as the one that I'm referencing. Yeah, no, you would get screamed at if you pointed that out then. But yeah, no, it's like, I think you're heartless if you don't feel like a little fucking bad for them at least. Like shit.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It sucks. It fucking sucks. And like, yeah, this is sadly like a predictable path for U.S. allies without favored status. But it's like, they got rid of their fucking nukes. That's the real thing. You just never get rid of your nukes.
I mean, I think the real star of this TV spectacle was, of course, Marine jughead JD Vance, and like I saw a lot of people being like, he showed what American masculinity is like.
He looks like he has ALS.
He was like
every time I see his legs.
Don't talk like that to dad.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of horny posting about JD Vance. And you know what? You can make fun of it, but given how many people have compared my looks to JD Vance, I say keep the horny posting coming. This is the new look that we're all very hot for. But I gotta say, he sounded like, I mean, speaking of relationships, he sounded like a girlfriend when you forget her birthday, which is like, have you ever thought to say thank you?
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you?
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Yeah, that's the same tone of voice when like your girlfriend's friend gets you the like most passive aggressive gift of all time. When she gets you like a book on how to quit vaping. And you're like, oh, thanks. I'm already having so much fun at my birthday party where it's only your friends.
Well, like I said, it was a quite a TV moment. But like, once again with Trump, it's just like it all seems so grotesque. But like, really, he's just laying bare what U.S. policy has basically always been.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like the fact that it's happening to Ukraine and not a government in South America or Africa, I guess makes it feel different this time. But like, this is just like, he's just putting it all out there. I mean, at least I guess you can call him a lot of things, but I suppose, dishonest on this account is not one of them.
No,
I mean,
it's like he's showing like you will be prey to my personal whims.
Yeah.
It's whatever the fuck I say and not otherwise, and that might change from one day to the next. And Zelensky like was just going in there like, okay, well let's keep this thing going. But Trump is just everything is very personal for him. So
it's just weird though, because it's like there is all this posture about like, how he didn't say thank you and he like did a bad job at Ukraine and it's all his fault. He fucked everything up. But then like Trump will say, and I was the first guy to send them javelins. And if he doesn't like get his act together, I won't let them fight the war anymore. And it'll be a new guy fighting the war. So like after all this, he after the mineral deal, after everything, he's like, no, I'm still going to like do the Biden policy. But we're just going to have this weird thing where JD Vance makes him say thank you to Donald Tusk.
And also I got to say a special shout out to Lindsey Graham, who was like, doing selfies with Zelensky 5 minutes before this fucking Oval Office encounter. And then like, as soon as it was over, he was just like, Zelensky's a disgrace. He didn't even wear a suit to the White House. And I got to say, like, it is such a stupid complaint, but like, if I was in Zelensky's position, I would probably put on a suit.
Like, I have to, like, if you're meeting fucking Donald Trump, if I was being brought to the White House because they're executing me, like I did something really bad. I gave a cartel some uranium. I blew up one of the most beloved Trump grandkids. I was playing with my gun and I shot a red barrel and Kai Trump exploded. And they're like, we're gonna behead him, and everyone's cheering for me, for my death. I would spend I wouldn't get a lawyer. I would spend my last money on a Brioni suit. So when Trump saw me, on the news, he's like, now that's a, sharp looking guy. And then,
Trump,
I'm all the way on my way to a pardon.
Trump hit his kid for like dressing in the baseball outfit instead of a suit at a game. Yeah. So it's like, saw this one coming.
I have to say, it's like I have always kind of disliked that about Zelensky, because it's like, okay, if your country's invaded, sure, but when it's like, okay, I'm going to Israel to ask them for some Israel stuff, it's like, you're staying in an embassy hotel. You don't need to wear your war sweatshirt.
Yeah, people used to dress in like cool uniforms with like a bunch of medals that they didn't earn, And this is like the kind of like everyman war general look. I don't know.
Well, it's like the new style of operator, where they all have their own coffee brand, and they this is operator shit. This like crew neck and like cargo sweatpants shit.
Death Squad coffee.
Yeah,
this coffee will have you filling a mass grave in no time.
Cold press gang.
Very good.